Alright, hey guys, it's Aelx here, and today I'm starting my first episode of my top something list. So this list is going to be my top farming classes of 2016. This is going to be from January until probably the server rewrite, and then I'll probably change up the list. But for now, this is the list before the server rewrite, so keep that in mind. So we're going to first start off with the S tier classes. So first one on the S tier classes. By the way, these classes have no order in their tiers, so there is no one that's greater than the other, but you could see a bit of differences in them. So the top two classes in the S tier class currently are Blazebinder and Shaman. So first off about Blazebinder. So the pros about this class is that it deals a lot of damage. You have easy mana regain with hitting multiple monsters with your 5 skill and your 2 skill. It has much sustain, lots of heals, damage over time, it has some defensive abilities, and it reflects damage. It's very strong. The cons is if you're hitting a solo target, it can be really hard to regain mana, and you can never crit on your nuke, which is your 5 skill, but really it does plenty of damage that you have to worry about that. Next one is Shaman, or Shaman, however you like to call it. The pros about this class is that you have constant damage with your 2 and 3 skills. It has a heal over time on your 3 skill. You can lifesteal with your 2 and 3 combo. Now the problem about this class is that it has no defensive abilities besides its 5 skill, but uses way too much mana. It can run low on mana at times. If you're constantly spamming your 2 and 3 skill, you will run low on mana. But this class dishes out more damage than Blazebinder if you keep using your 2 and 3 skill, which is pretty insane. Darkblood Storm King is another one of the S tier farming classes. The thing about this class is you have easy mana regain, tons of damage, tons of crits, and the nuke is very easy to do. It might sound like it costs a lot, like 90 mana, but really you gain all that mana back instantly. Your rank 10 passive is pretty much easy damage. It happens pretty often compared to other rank 10 passives, but not too often, so don't rely on it. It has a stun, and it also has good sustain. And the cons, I guess, is it requires 90 mana for the nuke, but really it's not that bad. Another class that's part of this tier is Troll Spellsmith. The thing about this class is it has great damage, you can stun, has good sustain, crits very often, lowers your enemy's haste, and it has easy mana regain. The problem about this is your 4 skill debuffs your attack and lowers your haste temporarily. There are no defensive abilities on this, and the player must constantly stack the 5 skill to do even damage. So if you don't stack your 5 skill, you're not going to be doing any damage at all. So that's a pretty big con. You have to keep pressing a skill, I guess, but I mean it's not too bad. Alright, down to A tier now. A tier. So the classes I put in this was the Chaos Layer classes. So the pros about this class is that you can switch between single target and AoE with your 2 skill. The auto attack can hit up to 3 targets. Your 5 skill also does massive damage. Your 3 skill nerfs the enemy pretty hard. Has great sustain, great defensive abilities. Now the cons about this. Your 3 skill can apply Courageous, which is pretty bad. Sometimes when hitting your 2 skill, you might forget that it's on and you want to AoE people, but you realize you want to AoE people with your 5 skill and then realize the single target ability is still active. And so that might be a bit of a pain, but you know, people, once you get used to the class, you can work with it, so it's not too bad. Another class that's part of the A tier would be the Legion Evolved Darkcaster. This class does tons of damage. It has a decent AoE with its 3 skill and wonderful AoE with its 5 skill. Like, its 5 skill will always crit, and it just does massive damage. Has sustain, it can lower enemy hit chance with its 2 skill. Now the problem about this class is that its 5 skill is on a pretty high cooldown. It's a bit of a pain to work with. Your 3 skill can only hit 2 targets, and there is no defensive abilities. Plus, it's rare, so yeah, that's a big con, I guess, for players who don't have it. My last tier is also S tier. So this is S tier if you have a party. But without a party, these classes are pretty bad. But with a party, they're pretty good. So here we go. Naval Commander is an S tier with a party. So the thing about this class is it's insanely strong. Has a high hit over time, it gives you a dodge and haste buff, which are amazing. 50% chance to stun with your 5 skill, tons of damage, decreases enemy haste, and cooldowns are fairly short. The cons is that, of course, you need a party to be effective. Another class that would be S tier with a party, but without it, they're kind of mediocre, is Paladin High Lord. So, pros about this class is extremely high damage, like I mean 8Ks constantly. This class is insane. Great damage over time with your 2 skill, you can lower enemy crit, high heals, decreases enemy haste, and 5 skill also decreases their damage significantly. Problem about this class is you can struggle with mana regain, and the stun can only stun undead. So that's a bit of a problem, I guess. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the list. I won't be listing any classes under tier A due to I want people to be looking at the good classes of the game. Like, if I list classes lower than that tier A, I feel like those classes would be kind of useless to people. And if they have the better classes, they should use those besides lower tier. So I won't list any of the lower tier so people don't get confused and stuff. And this is just to help most of the community be like, you know, hey, I have this in my inventory. This actually might be good for farming. Sweet. So it's just to help you guys out a bit and on choosing what classes to farm and what I think is really good right now currently. And yeah, thank you guys so much for enjoying this list, and I hope this helped you guys. It's my very first one. I hope you guys will enjoy my future contents of this. What I would need help on right now currently is help on ideas. So if you guys can leave in the comments what you guys would like to see next, like top soloing classes, top tips. Another future video of this coming out will be future tips for upcoming AQW YouTubers. If you guys need help on that, I'll be sure to make one come out. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.